Hello everyone. This is part 2 of a two-part activation. Yesterday on Facebook we did the live for all to participate in the first part of the activation at applying blue and white electrical into this activation point to energize it, and also to prepare it for the second stage part of this activation. So at this time, I'm ready to purvey and share the instructions of the second part of the activation. But before we get into that, I'll just share a little bit more info. I'm going to turn the camera around for a moment. So this is, as you're seeing, this is the beautiful activation point, the prepared circle, and with that, it has been prepared over a few years without knowing fully how important it is for this now and what it was actually, for the most part, being prepared for. But this actual location is on top of a huge energetic pyramid structure, and without saying too much about that, I had covered most of that in the first part of the activation. But here's our little ball. This is the center. As you can see, it's lit up now. It's LED, and it's beginning to get shady here in the Netherlands, and beautifully it's energized and come on tonight. Having said this, last night after dark, when it got dark, it did not come on until about 2 hours later, and for a brief period of about 2 minutes, it came on. And and I'm laughing because what was so beautiful, it was, we had to confirm a certain one at that time, and it was a female that was putting doing the activation and putting her energy in, and we did not know who it was. Since then, I do have a name, who it is, and we will find out perhaps shortly. But what occurred, it lit up for about 2 minutes during the course of this unknown divine feminine that was at least unknown to I, that was putting in the electrical, which is beautiful. You know, for the most part, it's the masculine that is the electrical fertilizer, if you will, the energizer with the electrical component. But in this case, the instructions by Father was that we include all of the electrical balance, the electrical energy from both the masculine and the feminine, to maintain a balance with this. So this is why it's all inclusive, all genders, if you will. So yesterday we applied the electric to this area. I need to share, I didn't put in yesterday, this is also, this circle is imprinted with the Mary Magdalene energy also, and of course, what I need to say, Esna has prepared this, and she has this circle, and she has done previous energetic work at imprinting and supplying all of the aligned divine energies that are supportive of the overall ascension, and of course all of the benevolent energies. And speaking of benevolent energies, everything we always do is benevolent, and only benevolent energies can be accepted in to these divine activations we are doing. And that is divinely ascertained and ensured on more than one level. that it always is for what we do. So, having said that, this part of the activation, what I wish to say is this part of the activation, the instructions for it, what we are now doing today, oh, before I get into that again, we have some rain here today. I need to mention that because that is also divinely timed, because water is an electrical conductor, if you will, and this area that we are have activated, it is connected into northern Netherlands, into another huge energetic construct which we call the New Jerusalem, that is on the ground, if you will, and being built much more stronger every day as a result of activations like these, and connected all back in to the main engine. So having said that, we have the beautiful moisture to wetten the ground. It allows for electric to carry freely and more rapidly than something dry in the least. But also I had looked last evening after midnight here in the Netherlands. There was a almost an M1 solar flare, which supplies also energy and electric to this activation. Prior to requesting yesterday, prior to requesting the initial huge electrical input by all, there was two twin M flares, if you will, that occurred simultaneously almost, but two were recorded. But it's important to mention these two M1 flares, and the reasoning is because they did not produce any CME. They did not produce the gaseous element with the photonic light and other ingredients that get supplied to the planet. And the reason why they did not produce CMEs is also because with this certain activation, what we are doing yesterday was electrical oriented. So it was the electrical properties that were administered to the etheric and to the planet for all of you to tap into and to be the conduit to redirect and concentrate that supply right to this area. So I wish to share that too. Wow, Rick loves to ramble, huh? But there's so much information, you know, and I always attempt to share the most that I can to inform to the most ability and capacity that I am able to. We got a little light coming on right here. Beautiful. So let's get into it by saying that any that is watching this live now, you can do it with this location. However, what I suggest, if you are doing it now, as we're doing this live, that you need to activate your love. So you need to open your heart chakra. You need to be in your highest optimal love state of harmony and peace, and of course the strongest love. And while you are in that state, then you consciously project the love to this activation. What we are doing is the simple way to put it. And so what has occurred, if you will, the electrical application created an electrical field to open up an energetic valve. And once that valve was opened up enough, then it enables us to put in the pure energetic love into this activation, which then goes into the mainframe of the New Jerusalem in the north of Holland, Holy Land, Friesland, Netherlands. And what it does then, it begins to emit and project outward into this energetic space, into this energetic world, a higher quotient of love energy. And as we know, love is the most powerful force, or one of the most powerful forces in the universe, in the least. And so we wish to energize the worldwide atmosphere with this love ingredient to keep it simple. Now, with this activation as well, what I suggest for any twin flames that are participating in this, that you only need to see where we're at here. It's the southern Netherlands. It's this area right here that you can see. This circle is where to orient and center and direct your love to this area. One of the coordinates of this area, again, I wish to reiterate, is 5 degrees, 55 minutes, 55 seconds. And again, you know, that's important with the 5s. At least it indicates the new beginning. And where we have 5 5s coinciding right with this particular area, some may wish to look up perhaps more of the meaning of that. But in the least, new beginnings. And this is a very complete, concrete, and very powerful activation, what we are doing here. And having said this, I have already seen signs this morning, but also yesterday before we did it, because our intent knows no time, if you will, and our ability, that we are able to affect the past, present, and future from the now moment, from our now state. So, what we simply wish to do into this area, and you can see the ball is lit up, but what I suggest with the love, put it where you can see the pretty green moss around the outside of the inner circle. We'll put the love into that area. So we had put the electric into the ball that's in the center of your screen yesterday. So that's where we put the electric yesterday. You can see the beautiful golden lights coming on. But today we want to put the love in the green, beautiful green mossy area around the electric. So I'll step back. And that's important because, as you know, we are dealing with mother creation as well, and procreation, but we're dealing with it on an energetic level. So the fertilization of the masculine in the center, and of course the mother creational portal around the outside in the least. Everyone knows what I'm saying with that. So So with this, again, go into your highest state of love. You already got a visual, so you can remotely connect with this place at any time, and it's in the southern Netherlands. And within the next 24 hours from the timing of this, we request to direct consciously in your way, your love, to combine it with all of the others. So we put out, what this will do is go in to the main frame of the energetic engine, and it'll begin to pulse out love. So we want this the strongest that it can be. And of course, this love begins to transmute and transition on the most highest level ever yet with this ascension and upon the planet. So what we are doing is combining our energetic love. We're putting our love in motion. We're joining it together, and we are pulsating it out around the planet. And, of course, the love affects everything to the degree, the divine degree that it must. So be in your highest love. Just to go through a little bit of the instructions. Go into your heart chakra, open it up. Activate your highest love to your capacity that you can. With your love, you assign the intent to be benevolently directed here and combined with all of the other love. So with your intent, you give the love the instruction, and then with the consciousness, you make that love flow to its location where it needs to go, and you set it your love energetic pulse, or whatever you may wish to describe it as. You give it the intent, the direction, and you set it free here to assist others. So that is the way to do it. Let's see if I just recapping what I said. Yes, we keep it very simple. So activate your heart chakra, activate your love, feel your love within your being. If your Kundalini is activated, if your Merkaba is more activated, then you can pulse from the base root chakra to fuel up more of the heart, so that your pulse outward will be amplified many times for those of you that know that practice, and you pulse it out into here. So that's enough rambling. You know what to do. Activate the heart, assign the intent, and pulse it outward. And of course the intent is for it to ripple after it goes through its course to the main, what we call the main engine, the main energetic engine of the New Jerusalem. So this is like a fuel supply that goes into the main engine, but then it emits it outward. So a huge combined CME, or wave of love, if you will, that will ripple around the planet. And what it does, it affects the timelines, it affects everything that it comes into contact with, and begins to set in motion the upliftment, the higher consciousness, the heart activations. It begins to change with when you envision the most smallest molecules, that if they are negative, have a negative spin. What the love does, it's a positive spin. So it affects every molecule to begin to change that density negative spin to a higher spin. So in the first, it neutralizes it, the negativity, and then eventually, but very quickly, it changes the spin of the molecule to the positive, is a good analogy to look at. So this is also how the transmutation process works as well, if you wish to use that analogy. So here we go, gang and team, and thank you so much. And I'll turn this around. Yeah, here we are. So having said that, winks, we got this. Kisses, peace, unity, all together. That's how we do it. We all got the pieces to bring together to facilitate the ascension. And this is what we're doing. And it's not about ourselves, it's for all of our beautiful human souls on the planet as well. So, love, light, and gratitude, and happy love making and applying. Have a great day. Woohoo!